You are Locked On Astros Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Houston on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Break up those Houston Astros. They are red hot, and they have just secured their best series win of the 2024 season and get themselves back to what? 3 games under 500. Is this real life? Is this fantasy? No, it's real life. It is very real. Suddenly, it's time to maybe start embracing that the Astros could be turning a corner. I would love that. I know all of you would love that. And we have a lot to get into from the baseball game today. Appreciate all of you joining us here on the Locked On Astros Postcast on a Saturday. Nice early start to the show tonight. You know, I always schedule these things for 3 hours after the game starts around there, just, you know, for the safety purpose of you never know. It won't go live if I'm not here, of course, but you know, I always set it for that. They won today in 2 hours and 8 minutes. Not going to get me to complain one bit because I can get done with this and then we can cook some dinner. It's going to be fantastic. We're cooking fajitas tonight, and it's a celebration of fajitas tonight. If you're new to the channel tonight, please hit the subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate that. We're so close to the 1,000 mark, 980 coming into the show tonight. It would be a great help. It helps this show. It helps this channel. I would appreciate it. It builds this Locked On brand that I'm very happy to be a part of and getting to talk about now good things with the Astros, not bad things. I just feel better, a weight off my shoulders when I come in to do these shows, and I don't have to have a feeling or a being mad, whatever it might be. It gets to be good stuff. By the way, this show today is brought to you by Tax Network USA. Did you know that it's never too late to resolve your tax issues with the IRS? Don't wait. Reduce your tax debt and get help from a team of licensed tax professionals. Just call 1-800-549-1000 or visit tnusa.com/locked-on. So the ball game today. You could not write a better script for the Astros to get this win, correct? They get really good pitching. Even if early, Blanco, you know, a little bit shaky early on, battled through it, got deep into the game, was great once again. Honestly, Ronel Blanco better be in the All-Star game. Ronel Blanco should be in the mix for a Cy Young award. We'll talk about him a little bit more in a bit because I want to give him his own time. But offensively today, against Corbin Burnes, I mean, this is one of the best pitchers in baseball. He came into today having an unbelievable season, also a Cy Young candidate in the American League, and he got outdueled. He got outdueled by Ronel Blanco today. Both pitchers were excellent. Both pitchers went 7 innings. I say excellent. Burnes was excellent outside of a couple of pitches that he, you know, gave up runs on. Simple as that. He gave up the home run to Jordan. It's probably his worst pitch of the day. He wasn't all that bad, but that was the first time all season long that he's given up over 3 runs in a game as an Oriole since they've acquired him. He's really, really good, and he's going to make a lot of money in his very near future. But where has this team been? I mean, I know that there's answers for a lot of it, and they don't have it figured out by any means, but they're starting to click a little bit, and that's just the truth of the matter. And, you know, I got really down. It was just what? That was just last week when they were in California, and that road trip started off perfect. Take the first 2 against the Angels, do it with ease, and then they just torch the last game of the series and lose it late. And then they go to San Francisco, and they do it again Monday night. They win the second game, but then they do it again that Wednesday game. They lose another one that they shouldn't lose. They should have taken 2 out of 3 in that series. Or maybe it was the one of them. Maybe I'm getting confused. The Monday night game they lost like that. The Wednesday game, I think was okay. They just lost. But that got me really down at that point because it's like they're in the middle of this month of June where they're supposed to be playing way better baseball because the schedule is so much easier. And now all of a sudden, Since then, they've taken 2 of 3 from the Tigers. They've taken 2 of 3 from the White Sox, and they've already secured a series win against the Baltimore Orioles, one of the best teams in baseball. A team that is playing, came into this series playing at a really, really high level, did Baltimore. And their offense had been rolling. Now, look, they still pounded out 11 runs last night. You know, the Astros pounded out 14. But it's almost like they've been building a little bit. You know, they have played better baseball since that horrific start of the season. It's just, I think when we talk about it and the issues of it is that there's not been a, very long streak of great baseball. It's like they'll have a burst and then they'll fall back. And then they'll have another burst and then they'll fall back. But now, finally, this month, they've taken advantage of it. And this is the series that I didn't expect it to be a good one. I don't think any of you could have expected it to be a good one. This one, you're just hoping that you go in there and you could take 2 of 3 in a series like this against Baltimore. And we'll talk about it in a little bit. But tomorrow is a game that you're going to go into it and you're going to want to get, super greedy. And you want to sweep this team. This would be the best. It already is the best series win of the season that this team has had. And tomorrow can make it even better. And the springboard of what this could be. Maybe they are figuring some things out. The starting rotation is still not perfect, of course, because of the injuries that are going on. Verlander on the shelf right now. But they're going to go back with Fromber tomorrow. And then they'll turn right back around. And really the only guy I think right now that they'll have going, and we'll see what they do with the Jake Bloss situation and whatnot. You never know what Arrigetti's going to do when he goes out there and pitches. So we may be witnessing the team start to figure it out. I'm a little bit, I don't want to say shocked that they can play better baseball. They do have the talent. We've all known that they have talent there. It's just finding some level of consistency to do it. And they've not done a lot of that. And sorry, my little chihuahua is in here trying to sit here and get herself into a blanket and annoy me while I'm doing the show. You have to let me do the show, Coco. This is what happens when you do a live show. The Astros, though, they look good at the moment. Full credit. Hopefully, my words that I have said where I'm like, they're not going to make the postseason, they're not going to do this, they stink, whatever. I'm enjoying I will have to eat some crow on it. Not going to make me mad one bit. How about some of the guys that stepped up today? Of course, we'll talk about Ronel Blanco again in a minute. But Chas McCormick has a day. We've known Jordan's back for a while. He's been incredible. But suddenly they've got some guys swinging the bat where you're going to have to find ways to keep him, of course, in the lineup. Loper Fito didn't do anything today, but he's been good since he's been here this year when he's been up. Maybe Chas sees a little bit of that writing on the wall and it gets him motivated. He, hits a couple balls out like I mentioned. Dubon didn't do anything over at first today, but that's okay. What's his face? Burns coming into this one today was reverse splits, guys. That's why you probably didn't see John Singleton in the lineup against him today. So just a lot of positivity at the moment. But this is a baseball season, right? It goes and it ebbs and it flows. That's it. And right now it's in a good period of time. And when you do look ahead for what they have ahead, I mean, again, we've talked about it, but they've got 2 against the Rockies this week. And then they're on the road playing the Mets. And they go to Toronto. And then they're at Minnesota. Then they're home for the Marlins. And they're home for the Rangers ahead of the All-Star break. And then you come back from the break, you're playing the Mariners. They can beat the Mariners. We know that. Playing the A's, playing the Dodgers, that'll be tough. But those games will be heated at Minute Maid Park. God, that month is going to be, the end of that month is going to be crazy because, all those T-shirt Dodger fans that have never been to Los Angeles will show up at the ballpark. And there's unfortunately probably going to be a bunch of videos of people fighting each other, which is just stupid to do, but it just is what it is. This team, though, is absolutely incredible right now at this moment, making us look like they are a team that, again, is figuring it out, playing better baseball, and wow. I didn't see this kind of level of play coming against a Baltimore Orioles team coming into this series at all. Simple as that. They've looked fantastic. Bottle it up. Keep doing your thing. And, well, you never know what could happen. Maybe by the end of this next week, can they pull off 3 more games in a row? By Wednesday, can they be back at 500? It's not impossible. You get the win tomorrow. It's very much in play for this baseball team because, again, you'll be playing a very bad Colorado Rockies team this week. 2 games that, look, flat out, you should absolutely win. Let's talk about Ronel Blanco now. What he's meant to the team this season, of course, we all know that. But where does this get him? Does the sticky game get him in some trouble? Does he get the recognition that he deserves? Does he get into an all-star game? And just how important he's been for this team. And credit to Dana Brown for pushing the envelope on him. We'll talk about it in just a brief second here on the Locked On Astros Postcast. I tell you this every day when I remind you about Stitch Fix. It's just like when you're playing baseball. My dad used to always tell me this when I was growing up. Look good, feel good, play good. Always had my uniform clean. Always made sure I looked good. It's how you perform well, right? And that goes with life as well. And you need to upgrade your fix with Stitch Fix. You get a stylist who understands your style, your size, and your budget. They're going to do all the shopping for you. It's the easiest way to update your wardrobe this summer season. Not just summer, though, of course. They'll have fall, they have winter, they have it all at Stitch Fix. Again, easily upgrade that wardrobe. Just give your stylist your size, your style, your budget preferences. They order the boxes. You order the boxes, and they'll show up at your door, ready to go, and keep you looking fresh and looking great every time that you go out to do whatever it is that you're going out to do. It's style that makes you look as good as you feel. Now is the best time to get started at StitchFix.com/MLB and get $100 off. That's $25 off your first 4 fixes for a limited time only. That's StitchFix.com/MLB for $100 off. StitchFix.com/MLB must redeem within 7 days of sign up. Offer does not include kids' fixes. Locked On Astros Postcast rolling on here on a Saturday evening. Thank you for joining us. If you want to find this show in its audio form, you can go search for Locked On Astros wherever it is that you get your podcast, and it is free. Free. Who doesn't? Actually, I shouldn't say it that way. That's somebody else in this town that does that. But the Astros get the win today. You can join us after every Astros game, including tomorrow, 1:10 first pitch. I'm not going to be mad if they finish as quickly as they do tomorrow, as they did today, tomorrow. That'd be fine. But we're with you after every game, and we're on the run. We're on the move to 1,000 subscribers. If you would, I would appreciate it. You hit that subscribe button. We are up to, I'm going to refresh the page, 982, 18 to go. Come on, we've got like 20 minutes left of this show. Do you think you guys can pull off 18 more subscribers in the next 20 minutes? I think we could do that. You get more than a subscriber a minute, but you're more than a minute per subscriber. Did I say prescriber? I think I did. Subscriber. So please hit that button. Ronel Blanco should subscribe to the show because we're about to give him a lot of love. And I would love the fact that the Astros could pull off a sweep tomorrow. That'd be great as well. Be the best sweep they've had this season. I think they've only had, okay, so technically they had a sweep against the Rockies earlier this year, but they've only had one other sweep, I believe, on the season. And that was recent. I'm trying to find it off the top of my head. I don't remember it, but it was against, no, it wasn't. Yeah, it was against Oakland, right? Yes. They swept a 4-game series from Oakland. They've been close in some other series to pulling it off. But I still, again, I don't count a 2-game series. I'm sorry. I know that it technically does. So they have 2 sweeps. But for me, that's a fake sweep. And just like, I guess if they sweep the Rockies in the 2-game series again this week, then we can count it as 1 sweep for the season, correct? It'd be a 4-game sweep against the Rockies. And then they have 2 sweeps on the season. Make it 3 sweeps on the season. 15 to go. 15 more subscribers. Hit the button. We'll get to 1,000. Come on, people. You got like 15, 20 minutes left to go. We could do this. But But Ronel Blanco this season has been everything the Astros have wanted and needed. And I still find myself shocked, not necessarily shocked, but happily wrong that this guy could be an effective big league arm. When he came up, they talked a lot about him. Like, oh, he's got a good slider. He's got good stuff. It's going to swing and miss. And that's not been what's propelled him this season. I thought it was a little interesting early in the game. Early I think it was that first inning. He wasn't throwing the changeup all that well, and he used the slider a little bit more. But you know what? That's okay. If it's going to, get outs another way, that's fine. But it's been such a dominant pitch for him this season. And, he is now, 8-3 on the year, which wins and losses, I know, don't overall. 8-2 on the year. It's Burns. It's 8-3 who took the loss today. 8-2 with a 2.34 ERA. 2.34. Think about that. 14 starts, 84 and 2/3 innings, 79 strikeouts. His whip is .97. Here's his last 3 starts. 6 innings, 1 run. 7 innings, no runs. 7 innings, 1 run today. He's been, and it's not even a joke. Like, it's not tongue-in-cheek at all. He has been the ace of the staff this season. He has. He is, without a doubt, a Cy Young candidate in the American League. There might be somebody out there that wants to refute that, whatever. That's fine. You could do that. But look at his starts this year. He's had 2 starts where he's given up over 3 runs. That was 4 against the Cardinals in 5 2/3, and then 4 2/3 against the Twins. Those were back-to-back starts. He went 3-0 in April with a 1.65 ERA in 5 starts, 2-1 in May in 5 starts with a 3.42. Then so far in the month of June, in 4 starts, he's 3-1 with a 2.10. Guy's been unbelievable. If he's not, schedule-wise and health-wise and innings-wise, you don't want him to necessarily pitch in the game. But if he's not at the All-Star game representing the Astros in Arlington, what are we doing here? What are we doing? I can't foresee a scenario where he's not given that ability to go and represent the Astros up there in Arlington, because he's just been so good this year. And I'm just trying to pull up the American League stats. Overall, you go look at ERA. Ronel Blanco is 2nd in the American League in ERA. Second. Overall in baseball so far this season, he is 4th. 2 guys in the National League are first, Reynaldo Lopez and Ranger Suarez, and then it's Taylor Houck, and then it's Ronel Blanco. And then Corbin Burns, now right below Ronel Blanco. Ronel Blanco is not going to receive the love that other guys will. And I get it. The being kicked out of a game for substance, which, again, was rosin on his left arm, which you're not allowed to have, sweats like crazy. Anybody that watches him, when you sweat a lot with rosin, it gets sticky. It just is what it is. Rolls down your arm. It's whatever. He's come back. He's had a career year. And props to Dana Brown, the Astros general manager. When he got here, his evaluation immediately was Ronel Blanco needs to be 1, turned into a starter. 2, given a chance to start. 3, really, really pushed. And they've done all those things. And look how Ronel Blanco is paying it off. He has been exceptional all season long. Again, the ace of the staff, Ronel Blanco. It seems like I'm saying something wacky and crazy. And I asked that question earlier, is this reality? Yeah, it is reality. Ronel Blanco is the ace of the Astros staff. Hopefully this is a, run on doing this for years for him. He's an older guy now. I say he's older. God, I can't say that. I'm older than him now by a couple of years. He's what? How old's Blanco? Is he 30? He's 30. God, I'm 3 years older than him. That's scary. But he has turned himself into a legit big leaguer who I can't foresee anything changing at the moment for him. You always wonder, like, is he going to suddenly turn back into a pumpkin? I don't see anything at what he's doing that tells me he's going to. He's learned how to pitch in the zone and be effective in the zone and get outs. He gets fly balls. He wasn't striking out a bunch of guys today. He didn't even register a lot of them. He had 4 strikeouts in 7 innings. Did have 3 walks, but a lot of that was early. I mean, he just didn't give the Baltimore Orioles a chance. They were just going up there, can of corn here, can of corn there, can of corn over there, whatever. Little dinky ground ball. I'm just nothing. Nothing's hard hit. Ronel Blanco is a machine. And again, props to Dana Brown for being the guy that saw something when he came over and said, you really got to give this guy a chance. Kind of stood on the table for him to do it. Not that anybody was really pushing back, but there's a lot of other options for this baseball team internally last year. And he got a little bit of run, and it wasn't great. There's no other way around it. This year, it's been absolutely great. Let's talk about tomorrow. Let's talk about the need for this team to get very greedy, which, by the way, speaking of greedy, maybe I'm being greedy. You know what? Like the Astros, that's okay. We're 14 away. You guys can do it. 14 of you. If you're new to the channel, or if you know somebody that's sitting around right now, tell them to go subscribe to the YouTube page so we can hit 1,000 today. We can do this. And, of course, you can come back tomorrow. Join us again. This is 2 days in a row you guys have showed out coming in here and watching the show. I greatly appreciate it. I mean, like, in all seriousness, I really do appreciate when I see that little number up there at the top. It shows me how many people are watching right now. That is awesome. So cool. And we want to keep going and keep getting more of you in here. So come on in, have some fun, do whatever you want to do with the with whatever you're doing in the comments. Be nice to each other, and we'll have a good time. We'll celebrate Astros victories like they did again today over Baltimore. Let's talk about, again, getting greedy here in just a brief moment on the Locked On Astros Postcast. Here on the Locked On Astros Postcast, we pride ourselves on getting you the latest news for your team. Of course, the Astros, Rockets, Texans, Cougs, we got it all here. Whether it's the offseason, the draft, spring training, or the playoffs, it's year-round. You know what else is year-round? Collection season. Just because tax season is over doesn't mean the IRS will stop coming after you for your unfiled taxes. The IRS can garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, and even seize your property. Don't let the IRS target you. Let the licensed professionals and tax experts at Tax Network USA go to bat for you. With over 14 years of experience and an A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau, Tax Network USA has saved their clients over $1 billion in tax debt. Whether you owe taxes, have complicated matters that require tax planning, or you finally hit that big parlay this season and need help correctly filing, just call 1-800-549-1000 or visit tnusa.com/locked-on. See the link in this episode description below. All right, the Locked On Astros Postcast. Sorry, I'm going to do this right now because I'm getting, a little parched. With us here, thank you for being with us on the Locked On Astros Postcast. After a win where the Astros got a brilliant start out of Ronel Blanco, big home run out of, Yainer Diaz. Yainer Diaz had a big triple. 11 away, by the way. 11 subscribers away. Come on, people, we can do it. 11 new subscribers. You can make it to 1,000. I'd give you something, but I don't have anything to offer, to be honest with you right here. I could give you a empty Kyle Tucker box. Kyle Tucker box. He's up here. He's doing the, and then maybe what about I still got Carlos Beltran up there. People hate him, but I don't hate him. He won a World Series with the Astros. Got Carlos Correa and Altuve, and then Verlander back over here, and then James Harden's still around with Clutch the Bear. I got some more that are sitting around. They're actually behind the camera on a table over here. I need to change these up. I think I got some more another Verlander one or something, but maybe I can send you guys a bobblehead. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But again, appreciate you guys joining the channel. Hit the subscribe button. We're getting closer. We're at 990, 10 to go. 10 more subscribers. Come on, do it. You can make it. The Astros today with the win, and they need to get greedy. Absolutely greedy. Like I'm doing right now, trying to get 10 more subscribers before the end of this show to hit the 1,000 mark. They need to get greedy. 9 to go, 991. They need to get greedy tomorrow, and they need to sweep this series. Simple as that. They have to have it. And it's hard to say you have to have, must have wins in the middle of the season. But I think based on where this team, first of all, where they started this year, which was so dreadful. So dreadful. And the way that they've turned it around a little bit, a chance tomorrow to get to 2 games under 500. And the update on the West, by the way, I don't think I've given an update on the West today. What's today? Saturday. I got to click the right date on it. I know the Mariners are winning big. They won 9-0 over the Marlins. Typical. I mean, as you figured, the Marlins are terrible. And then the Rangers, who are behind the Astros, they also won today. So the American League West standings do not move, which is fine. But you're going to have those days. You can't have it move every single day. Astros 7 out in the West, now 4.5 out of the final wild card spot, as they've won 4 games in a row. You want to know another thing, too? Look at their run differential. It's now creeped up to plus 14, which, and I get the stat people that are out there that will always go to this team's better than what they're showing. 7 away, 7 to go, 7 subscribers away from 1,000. I'm sorry I keep interrupting, but I'm just going to keep doing it. A lot of the people that point out that this team is not as bad as their talent look or as they've played, that's the easiest stat to tell you. If you've outscored your opponents by a lot, there's a little bit of an element of bad luck. This team this season has been horrifically terrible in like 1-run games and 2-run games. An element of that is luck, yes. Another element of that is playing bad baseball and not playing, baseball that's good enough to win in those situations. So, it's interesting to see if they can 6 away. Come on, you guys can do it. 6 more subscribers. If they can continue this run and keep playing at a level where they're going to outscore their opponents consistently, guess what's going to end up happening? They're going to end up actually getting back to 500. They're going to actually end up getting back above 500, and then they're actually going to make a lot of people look silly for some of the comments at times, and the overall lack of belief. Which again, they're not out of the woods. They have still issues on this baseball club, and they need some health on their side. They need a few things to happen. They're going to need to honestly. We've talked a lot about the trade deadline, and a few days ago I asked if they should be sellers. I think there's some pieces that they could sell off or whatever. If they're going to continue on this trend, which is the right trend, and they're going to give their front office the belief that they can figure things out, what they're really going to have to do is solidify out the bullpen a little bit and then make some additions to the bullpen. That's what they're going to have to add to this team. It'd be helpful if they could probably get another starter. Not likely. I just don't think that they have the capital. I think they could pull off a little bit with some capital, a reliever that's, capable, somebody more capable than Rafael Montero. Is that hard to find? I don't know. Because honestly, he'll probably hit the point where we get to the All-Star break, and if they make a couple additions to that bullpen, if you can't trade him away and pay some of the money down, you just DFA him. Why would you keep him? There's no reason for it. He's got another year on the deal. But get greedy tomorrow. Simple as that. Have your best series of the season like you've had this weekend and finish it off. Kind of put something in the back of the minds of the Baltimore Orioles, who are great. And they are built to last with the Astros people, the former Astros people that are up there running that franchise, doing what they've done. They're absolutely built to last. It'd be nice if you could just, push back on the next generation of superstar talent in the American League again tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's 2 games in a row that we've had a ton of you here. We're 4 subscribers shy. 4 away. 4 away at the moment of this show. Can you get me 4 more here in the next few minutes to go ahead and have us eclipse that 1,000 mark. I would really greatly appreciate it if you hit subscribe to it. I do mean that. We're 3 away now. Look at that. You guys are coming through. Keep hitting that subscribe button. Come on back. We're here after every game. We're talking Astros baseball. We, of course, if you're also new to this channel, we don't just do this for the Astros, by the way, because I know you see the channel name is Locked On Sports Houston. When the Texans get going, we'll have Texans postcast shows. When the Rockets get going, we'll have Rockets postcast shows. When Cougars football gets going, we'll have Cougars football postcast shows. We won't do every basketball game for the Cougs, but we'll mix in some Cougs basketball as well throughout the season. So it's Houston sports. It's what we do. It's what we care about. What I care about. So I know it's what you guys care about. And we're going to keep talking about it every day and hopefully having fun with it because they'll keep winning in every single sport. 2 away from 1,000. Make it happen. Join me after the ball game tomorrow afternoon, 1:10 the first pitch. So, somewhere between 3 or 4. We'll get going as soon as the game ends. Framber Valdez up against a Houston native in Albert Suarez. It's going to be an interesting baseball game tomorrow. If the good Framber shows up, the Astros can absolutely pull off a victory. And thank you so much, people. We've done it. We've hit 1,000 subscribers during this show. And again, I do mean it. I mean it. It means a lot. Thank you. You've grown this channel. It's taken us 60 live shows to hit 1,000. That is super quick. And I'm so grateful for it. And we'll keep going and keep doing our thing. Keep on spreading the word that this is the place to be when the games end. Join us tomorrow afternoon right here on the Locked On Astros Postcast. Have a great rest of your Saturday.